guys, welcome back to the new video. So today in this video we're gonna make this awesome multi-page website by using the WordPress and the Elementor Pro. Okay, so let me show the demonstration of the project which we're gonna make in this video from start. Okay, so let's refresh this front page for you, and after refreshing you can see that we have this animation coming here like this. Okay, so let me refresh this again, and after refreshing you can see that we have these animations which are coming, and these are the sequence animation. So what are the sequence animations? So when I refresh, you can see that all the animations are coming in the sequence. Okay, so let's go below, and we are here in the feature section where you can see that we have our feature section like this, and also we are using here colors for the gradient. So we have the blue and black shade like this, and also we have this hover. So when I hover on these images, I have these icons pop up. Okay, so let's go to the next section, and here we have our about a section where you can see that we have these images like this, and also we have this all of this content like this. Okay, and also we have these animations all over in our website like this, and it is a multi-page website. So let's go below, and here you can see that we have our services section. So when I scroll below, you can see that this part of the section will stick at the top, so that this section will go around, and after that it will also go with that section. Okay, so I will show you how you can make this type of section also, the sticky section. Half section is sticky and half section is not sticky. So you can watch the video till end and you will learn so many things, so don't skip the video. Okay, so you can see that when I go below, then this part of this section is always sticky, and we can move to the top. Okay, so here we have our services section. So here you can see that we have this type of layout, and we have this read more button with this hover effect, and also we have this hover effect on these icons. Also you can see that we have this type of grid here, and all these four boxes are properly aligned. Okay, so let's move to the next section. Here you can see that we have our project section. So if I refresh, you can see that we have this project, and also when I hover on these images, we have this hover effect on this like this, and I will show you how you can make such type of awesome section by using the Elementor. Okay, so you can see that we have this type of layout here, and also we have our team member section where you can see that we have our all the teams here like this, and also when I hover on these images, the images will shrink like this. Okay, so I will show you how you can make such type of awesome sections and awesome website by using the Elementor. So let's move to the next section, and here you can see that we have our idea section where we have this type of layout, and also we have this animation all over in our section like this. Okay, so let's go below, and below you can see that we have our contact us section, and where we have our this map behind, and also we have this contact form here. So whenever a user fill out this form, the mail will come to their email ID, and also we have the contact information section with we have our social icon section. Okay, and also when I hover on these icons, we have this hover effect on this. Okay, and this is our contact form section where we have this type of contact form layout. Okay, so let's go below, and here we have the footer, and you can see that in the footer also we have the social icons, and these are all the links here, and also we have our newsletter section. Okay, so and at last we have this type of footer, and this is our scroll to the button. If I click on this, it will take me to the top of the website like this. Okay, and you can see that we have our this menu, and this menu is also having this color of the hero section. So this is a transparent header. Okay, so it will have its color of its behind section. Okay, so let's go to the about page. So this website is multi-page website, so let's go to the about page, and in the about page you can see that we have our beautiful about page here. Okay, so the layouts are same, but we have this multi-page section, multi-page website here, and also you can see that the header is changed, the background of the header is changed according to the layout. Okay, so let's go to the services, and before going to the services, let me show you that this section also have proper animation, the sequential animation. Okay, so we have these animations here also. Okay, so let's go to the services section, and in the services section you can see that we have this type of layout, and also this section here, and here we also have our team member. Okay, so let's go to the top, and after that we have our blocks, which is where we don't have blocks so right now. So this is our contact us page. So here you can see that we have the contact us form, and here we have all the social icons and all these links here. And at last we have our Google Map. So you can add your address of your office here in the Google Map. Okay, and below you can see that we have our this type of layout. And let's go to the home page again. And after going to the home page, and here you can see that we have our scroll up button. So when I click on this button, it will take me to the top of the website like this. And also we have this contact us button, which have hover effect. Okay, so let's go to the mobile part of the video. So, and I will show you that this website is totally responsive for all the screens also. So here you can see that we have our mobile part, and you can see that all the sections are fully responsive. Also when I click on this button, it will take me to the top of the website. Also when I refresh, you can see that all the animations are properly working in the smaller screens also, like this. Okay, so all these sections have the proper animation. So let me show you that these sections have proper animations. And you can see that in the mobile also this is sticky, but we don't want the sticky, so we can close it. Okay, also, and if you want to keep, you can also keep it like this. And here you can see that we have this project section, and at last we have our team member section, and you can see that all these animations are fully working everywhere. So let's go below and I will show you all these animations and all the responsiveness of this website. Okay, so you can see that we have the contact us form, and this is also fully responsive, and this is the footer which is also responsive. Okay, so now let me show you the menu of this. So here we have the about, and so you can see that when I go to the about, we have this about page here. Also this is fully working, and similarly we can go to the services page from here. So let's go to the services page, and in the services page also you can see that all the services page is also fully responsive. Okay, and the animations are properly working in all the pages. Okay, so let's go to the final part, which we have our contact page. So in the contact page you can see that we have the contact page also fully responsive, and this map is also fully responsive. Okay, so in this video I will show you how you can make such type of multi-page website by using the WordPress and the Elementor. Okay, step by step. So and also I will give you all the images in the video description. So if you want to follow along with me, you can follow along with me by having all the images. All the links are in the video description. Also you can buy this kit from us. All the links are in the video description at very affordable rates. Pre-made website template, you can get it from the video description at very affordable rates. Okay, so let's start the video, and we're gonna build this whole website step by step from start. Okay, so for making this website, I have installed a fresh WordPress installation. So let me go to the themes and the plugins, and I will show you what are the themes and the plugins we are using. So for the themes, we are using the Hello Elementor theme, the official Elementor theme, and let's go to the plugins option. And in the plugins, we are using the Elementor and its Pro version. Okay, so you can also get the Elementor Pro from the video descriptions, and this is an auto update Elementor Pro. Okay, so if you want to have this plugin, which is the genuine plugin, okay, so you can get all these plugins and kits from the video description, and all the images are also free. So let me go to the plugins, and these are the plugins. So let's go to the media option, and in the media we're gonna import all the images which are required for making this. So let me import all the images. So let me find all the images here. Okay, so these are all the images which are required for making this. So let me quickly import this. So let's wait for it to import. Till now let's go to the pages, and in the pages we're gonna remove all the pages which come from the WordPress, and we're gonna add the new page here, the home page, which we're gonna customize later. And let's click here home, and here in the default template we're gonna choose the Elementor full width. So let's publish. Okay, so after that you can see that all the images are successfully uploaded. So let's go to the pages, and here we have this page. So let's go to the editing option, and here in the static page we have to set the home page. So let's save the changes, and after that we can view the site from here. So when you view, we have this home page. So let's go to the pages, and here we have to click on the edit option. Okay, so after that we can click on this edit with Elementor, so it will open the Elementor panel. Okay, so now let's start picking this, and for this we need some global colors. So for the global colors, I think I have already have these global colors here. So let's go to the color picker tool, and here in the color picker tool you can see that we have all the global colors here. So let me copy this color, and here you can see that we have this new setup, and here we can go to the side settings, and after that we can go to the global colors, and here you can add a new color. Suppose I have this blue color, and we can go to this and we can add this, and after that what colors we have, we can go to the again, and here you can see that the required colors are this black color. Okay, so this black color is required, and after that we have the, so we can have this purple color also. Okay, so let's keep this purple color also, which is also be useful. So let me name this purple, and here we can have this. Okay, and after that we want this light color. Okay, so this light color is also required, so let me go here, and here we can write light blue. Okay, and here we can go and we can add this and save the changes. Okay, so after that let's me close this, and after that let's refresh it here, and you can see that we're gonna build this. So let's go to this, and here we're gonna see which font we are using. So the fonts is the Mandrop, and here we have the Mandrop. Okay, so we're gonna use the Mandrop fonts. Okay, so now let's build this. So for making this we have to add a new Flexbox container with two section layout like this, and here this is the structure. You can also rename it, so the structure will come from here. Okay, so when you click and toggle, it will toggle here, and after that we can see that here you can see that we have the images at the very corner, but here we have some gaps. So for this, first we have to name in this in the structure. Okay, then after that we have to make this in the full width, and also we can remove the padding from here. Okay, so let's go to the inner containers, and we can remove all the paddings. In this container also we can remove all of the paddings. Okay, now we can see that we have this so we have to put some height. So let's put the height of 700, and and here also we have to put a background color. Okay, so let's go to the media, and here you can see that we have this color. So let me go here, and here we can go here, and here in the position we can make the center in center, and the display size we're gonna make this cover. Okay, now we have to add these two images. So let me add these two images, and two images are this one, and one image is that one. So let me duplicate this, and we can click on this. We can make this like this, and the second image would be this Joker. So let me find this here like this. Okay, now we can go to the container, and here we can make this 30 pixel. Okay, then after that let me publish this ones, and after that let's try to refresh it here. So we're gonna get some layout here. Okay, so perfect. So now we have to add this headings. So let's go to this, and here we can drag and drop this. Now let's copy this heading from here. Okay, and here we can have this Mandrop fonts again, and here we can increase the font size. Okay, here we can make this we can make this 1 point here, and we can make this 1.2. Okay, and after that we can have this text editor below. Okay, so this is the, and here we also have the Mandrop fonts, and here we can make this 500. Okay, so here we can make this color, we can make this color black, and we can also make this color black. Okay, then after that we have this button here. So let's me add a button here. So this button will say get started. Okay, we can go to the hero, and here we can have this space between like this, and also we can have little bit gaps. Also we can have this 30, and at the top of the button we have this color. Okay, we have this 30, and this will have the color. Okay, so here we have this color. So the first color would be blue, and the second color would be purple. Okay, like this, and here we can increase the font size of this. Okay, and here in the left and right we can have 34 and 34. Okay, and here in the font size, here in the typography we can increase the font to 16. Okay, and also if I go here we have the border radius of 10, like this, and this will say 20, and here we also have the 40, and the 40. Okay, so in this way, and let's go to publish, and after that we can. Okay, and here you can see that we have this caps, but here we don't have caps. So without going to manually, we can let's make this 700. And here in the text also we can make this capitalized. So all the text first letter will be capitalized. Okay, so let's publish this. And after publishing, let's refresh it here. And after refreshing, you can see that we have this like this. But here you can see that we have some gaps. But here we don't have any gap. So let's go to the first container, and here in the left direction we can put the 80 pixel. Now you can also preview it how it would look. Then you have to publish this. Okay, so now let's publish this here, and after that you can see that we have our hero section ready. So let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the unique quality section. Let's go to the next section. So you can see that here we have our feature section. So let's build this. So first let me do one thing. Let me hide this taskbar. So it is taking a lot of space here. I always forget to hide this, so let automatically hide this. So this feature will work here. Okay, so now you can see that this is automatically hiding. So let's build the next section. Here we're gonna build this unique feature section. So for making this we have to again, okay, so first we have to make a full container. Okay, so let's make this, and here we can write features, and here we're gonna keep the 1300 full width, and let's add 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom. Okay, now you can see that we have this another container here. So we have to add a container, and this container will have the gradient color. So I am not making the approx. I think this is looking good. So you can play with that according to your gradient. I'm just making it. Okay, so let's make this little dark color. This one, nice. So now you can see that we have this. So for that, let's name this inner box. Okay, and here you can see that we have to add some padding. So let's add the padding of 40, or we can add the 50, and also we can have this border radius of 20. Okay, and here we have the grid, and here we have the 3 boxes. Okay, so you can see that. Now we can remove all of these paddings. Now we can add a new container here. Remove all of these paddings. Now here you can see that we have this icon. Okay, and I think this is the image. Let me delete this, and we can add this. So let me find this. So let's have this. Okay, so now let's go to the styles, and here we can make this like this, and here also we can make it like this. Now you can see that below that we have a heading, so let's drag and drop the heading, and we can just copy this. Also, if you find that this video is very fast, so you can use the YouTube duration, so you can play this video in a 0.5x speed, so you will be understand better. Okay, so I don't want to make the video long, that's why I record in a speed little bit, so you can play at 0.5x speed to watch this at the slow speed. I hope you understand. Okay, so now go to this and here we can also have this mangrove fonts, and here we can have this. So let's increase this font here. So you can see that here we have this type of layout, means the font size. So let's go to the 28 pixel, and also we can keep the line height here. Let's make this EM, and here we can have 1.2 EM, and we can make this white color. Also you can see that we have this, so let's make this 26. Okay, and after that you can see that we have this button, so let's add the button off here, and this is saying more info, and here in the icon library we have this arrow. Okay, and here we have this. So let me go here, and here we have mangrove font here, and here for the background color we can have this, and here we can make this white. Okay, and for the padding we can make this 0. Okay, and here in the container we can have this to 30 pixel, give this 40 pixel, and we can increase the font size to this 50. Okay, so this is also done. Okay, you can adjust it. Now you can see that we have to duplicate this, so let me duplicate this container. So this is the power of the grids. Okay, and here you can see that we have this, and you can also add some gap here. Let's put the gap of 50, so we have these gaps here, and let's replace all of these colors, and also we have to replace this. Okay, so in this way you can play with this. Okay, you have to just replace all of this text here. Okay, so this section is also ready, and you can see that we have our this title at the top also. Okay, so for this I think this was missed, so you can see that we have this inner box here, and this is the feature box. Okay, this is the inner box. So for that what we can do, we can add a new container also, and here we can just make this, and inside this we can add a heading here, and the heading will be our features. So let's try this, our features, and here we can make this in the center. We can also make this text box. Okay, so this is the text box, and we can make everything in the center, and this have the color also. So let me click on this, and here we have the mangrove font. Okay, and this would be purple in color, or we can make this in the blue color. Let's increase this little bit, and here we have this 800. Okay, and after that you can see that we have this heading. Let's drag and drop this. Okay, and here we have the unique qualities. So let me mangrove, and here we can have this 700. Okay, and after the qualities, so let me go to the custom value, and here we can have some custom. Okay, the qualities, and we can make this in the center. Okay, and here we can go and increase the little bit like this, and we can make this black color here. Okay, and here you can see that we have the em value 1.2 em, and we can also go to the transform, make it capitalize if you want, but also capitalized is looking good. Let's increase a little bit of width also. Okay, 40 and 50 is looking good. Okay, and here you can see that we have these gaps and all. Okay, so let's publish, and after that let's refresh it here, and after refreshing you can see that we have this section also ready. Now let's move, and here you can see that we have this hover effect on this. So for adding this hover effect on this icons, what we can do, we can just go to the here images, go to the style section, go to the hover, and here we will find hover animation, so many options. So let's choose the grow. Okay, so in this way we can paste the, you can also paste everything styles here. And for this I'm gonna add it manually because it has some size issues, so we have this animation properly working here. Okay, so let me refresh this, and after refreshing you can see that we have this complete animations per complete hover effect is also working. Okay, so let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the about us section. Okay, so for making the about us section, what we have to do, we have to just go to this flex box, and we can add the two section layout, and here we have to make this about, and here we can write 1300, and here in the advanced we can have this 80 to the top, 80 to the bottom, and below that we have this container. We have to remove this, and we can also remove this. Okay, now let's drag and drop this image. Also for this I think we have some image here. Okay, so I think I don't have uploaded that image, so let me upload that image and I will get back to the video again. Okay, so let's go to this, and here we have this image, so let me upload this image. Okay, so after that you can see that if I go to the about us section, here you can see that we have this. So now let's minimize the size of this little bit, so let's keep the size of this to 80. Okay, and here we can also keep this 85. Now we can have this copy this here, and we can paste. Okay, let's paste this. I think let me copy this heading, and we can paste this, and we can again copy this heading, and we can paste it below. You can make this full width, so we can have this full width. So here you can see that we have this about us. So let me copy this, and here we can have this about us, and also we can copy this text here. So let me copy this, and let's me see the size of this. So its size will be 40, so let's make this 40, and also we can make this left line like this. Okay, now you can see that we have this. So let's add a new container here, and we can remove all of this padding, but in the left padding we have to add some 60. Now we can add the text here, and let me copy this text here from this text also, and after that we can make the little bit darker, and we can increase the font size of this, and we can also make this like this. Okay, so after that you can see that we have this. So let me have this icon list here, and here in the icon list you can see that we have the quality full work. So for making like this, let me remove the else, and here we have to search for these arrows. So let me choose this arrow. Okay, and here we can have this quality full work, and one more title we have this here, money back guarantee. Okay, and here we have the 25, and here we have the space between the 10, and for the text we can have this can have this 500. Okay, and after that you can see that we have this section. So for making this, we can have this icon box. Okay, we can have this like this, and here you can see that we have to choose this call for emergency. So in the content we can add this, and here we can add this. Also here we have to choose this phone icon. So let me search for the phone. Here we can have this to stacked. Okay, and here we can have this icons to blue color, and this would be like this. Okay, let me increase this to 39. Here we have the light blue, and inside color would be blue. Okay, and for the content we have this black color, we have this mangrove. Okay, and here inside this we can have this, and this is also mangrove. Okay, so this is also looking good now. And for the icons, you can see that here we have to make this icon a little bit centered, so this is also done. And let's make this content title a little bit more darker. I think let's make this 800. So this is looking good now. Okay, so now you can see that we have all of this in the sections. So let me add some spacing to this. So let's give this 550, or we can have this 40. 40 is looking good. Okay, so this is also looking good. So you have to just play with some font size and all according to you. Okay, then this section is also done like this, everything in the center properly. Okay, and this would have 60, or we can keep it 50 like this. Okay, so let's publish, and after publishing we can refresh it here, and after refreshing you can see that we have this, and also we have this about the section. We have some little bit more space at the top, I think. So let's keep this to 40, and let's publish it again. Okay, and after publishing let's refresh it here, and after refreshing you can see that we have this section, and we have this layout is also ready, and this about a section. Okay, so now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build our services section. Okay, so for making the services section, what we can do, we can just go here, and here we can add this section. So here you can see that we have one section smaller and one section bigger. That's why we are using that section. And here we can add the services this and 1300, and here we can have the 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom. Okay, and here we can have this advanced and here we can have this like this, and we can also copy this. So it will say our services, and we can increase the font size, our services. Okay, and here we can make this little bit more darker color like this, and this would be full white color, this. Okay, and here we can say what we do. Okay, like this. So let me publish this once. After that you can see that we have this container type of box. So for that we're gonna use a grid here. So anything which is repeated and have the same structure, height and all, so always use the grid instead of the flex box. Okay, this is the 2x2, and let's have this spacing. Let's keep this, and here we can have the 60. Let's keep the distance between that. Okay, like this. And now we have the grid inside, and we have this empty grid. So now let's go here and write this. Okay, now you can see that we have this image at the top, so we can drag and drop this image, and we have this image here. Okay, and here we have this 20. Okay, and after that we can have this heading. Also we can have this mangrove font, and this would be web and mobile app development 700. Okay, and like this. Okay, and here we can add a break tag, so this will come in the next line. Like this, and after that we can have this okay, let me copy this text here. Okay, like this, and after that you can see that we have this read more button. So for that we can drag and drop this button here, and here we're gonna say read more, and also we have this arrow. So let me go here, and here we can have this arrow. Okay, and this arrow is the icon position of this. Now you can see that we have this background color to transparent, and we can have this white color. Okay, and water type we have this solid. Okay, and here we have the 20, 18, and here we have the 40. Okay, so we can have this 17. Here we have the 40, 30. Okay, here we can keep this 40, and we can also keep this 40. And here we can make this white color, and for this we can make this black color. Okay, and here in the hover animation we can have this shrink option. Now we can have this container here, and we can have this 40. Okay, here we have this 30. This, and we can also increase the size of this to 27, 26, looking good. Okay, so we have already have this. Now we have to just make this. We have to add a little bit border here, so like this, and we can have this border color, or we can use the same border color we are using here in the button. We can copy that, then we can go to the container, go to style, go to border, and here we have to paste this. Okay, like this. So here we have one border. Okay, in the similar way we can just duplicate this container like this 4 times. Okay, and here you can see that we have to make this 0 like this. Okay, and here if I go to the services, we have the 2 containers here. Here the services and layout. Now we can make this align up. Okay, so now let's publish this one so we don't lose any. So now you can see that when I scroll below, then this part of the section is sticky. So for making that, what we can do, we can just we can go to this click container section, and here in the I think in the motion effect we have this sticky at the top, and this will be stay in column, and effect offset we can add 40, So when we scroll, we have this like this sticky. Okay, we can also have this like this. So when we scroll, then this will be sticky like this. So you have to enter this sticky offset, so we can keep this at 20. So we have this separation. Let's publish. You have to just replace all of this content from here. That's all. Okay, so let's refresh. And after that, you can see that we have our services section, and also when I scroll up, then this part of our services will be sticky like this. Okay, so this part is also ready. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build our project section. Okay, so let's go and we're gonna build this project section now, and also I will show you how you're gonna make this hover effect like this. Okay, so let's go to this, and for making this, you can see that we have to add a fresh new container here, and here we can name this projects, and we can have this 1300, and in the advanced we can have this 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom. Okay, and after that let me copy this text from this. Okay, so this is the power of the Elementor, that you can copy and paste any sections from anywhere. Also you can copy this from the different website. Okay, so now Elementor also supports that. So here we can have this, and here we can add this. So you can see that I largely copy and paste the sections which are already made. I don't make it again and again. So for saving time and building designs faster, you can use this technique also. Now we can add a container here. Okay, and we can remove all of this padding. Okay, now what we can do, we can just add a container here. Okay, and we can add a container. Okay, so inside this, so we have this main, and we have this inner. Always names your container. So let's go to the main, and we can remove all of this padding. Go to the inner, we can remove all of this padding again, and let's duplicate this. Let's duplicate this, and we can go to the main, go to layout, and here we can have this space between. Here we have the 30, and in this inner one we can, so let's see, you can see that we have these three. So let's keep this let's keep this 25 25, and this will be 50. Okay, like this. So let's go to the layout, and here we can have the 25, and this last one will be always 25, and this center one will be, let's keep this 50. Okay, so like this. Okay, now you can see that we have this first one. Now we can go to this, and here we can have this and we can have the disposition center, display size, cover. Okay, and here we can have this 350. Okay, and in the style section we can go to the border, and here we can have 20. Okay, now inside this we can have a new container. Okay, and let's first make this white so it is visible, and also let me add 20. Okay, so you can see that this is the inner one, so let's have some padding. So let's give the padding of 30 or 20, and also this inner hover box, so let's name this hover box, the box which will hover. And now go to the border, and here we can have this 20. Okay, now you can see that here we have startup funding, so you can just place any random text here. So let me have this startup funding. We can make this black, and we can have this man robe. Okay, and we can have this 700. Okay, and here we can have this 20. We can just duplicate this. Here we can have this 19, and here we can have secondary, and here we can, okay, so in this way, and we can make this the funding like this, and here we can also increase this, and let's make this 600 like this 500. Okay, in this way. Now we can go to the inner box, and here we can have this in the end like this. Okay, and this inner box will have 30 like this, and this hover box will have 10. Okay, so now what we can do, here you can see that this is on the full width, but our is not in the full width, so we have to make this in the full width. So for that we can go to this, and here we can make this full width like this. So this is in the, so this is also in the full width, so we don't want that. So what we can do, we can go to these projects. Now we can add a new container, or you can add a new container, or what you can do, you can just, so let's add a new container inside this. Okay, so let me name this text box, and now you have to just drag and drop this above the main like this. Okay, and we can remove all of these paddings. Now we can just drag and drop this here, and we can drag and drop this here. Okay, now we have this text box. Now we have the left size, we can add some paddings. Let's give the padding of 60 like this. Okay, or we can have this text box, we can have this here box, and this will be 1300. Okay, and let's remove this padding. So I hope you're understanding. So now you can see that we have this proper lining, and this is also below. Now we can go to the main box, and here in the layout we can have this in the center, and let's keep this 50, so we can have some spacing also. Okay, now you can see that in the main box we have this inner, and inner. So this is the first inner. So if I go below, here we have the hover box. So let's add some CSS class to this box hide. Okay, let's make copy this. Okay, box hide. Let's go to the custom CSS, and here we can add display none, so it will be hidden. Now if we are on the inner, so here we're gonna write box show. So let me copy this, go here, and here we can write box show. So when we hover on this, we have to show the box. Okay, so let me go to this, and this is the box hide. Okay, so when we hover on this, we have to show the box hide. So here we can write display. So when we hover, you can see that we are getting this box again and again. Okay, so in this way you can just make this very simple. And also you can see that when we hover, the color is also changing. So for that we can go to the inner again, and here in the background overlay, we can go to the hover, and here we can have some color like this, and we can play with the opacity like this. Okay, like this. So in this way you can just have this color like this. We can make this blue. So this is looking good now, I think. Okay, so in this way, now let's do one more thing. Let me duplicate this now, and let's duplicate this again, and we have to remove the last two. Okay, so we have to go to the inner one, and here we have to make this 50 like this. Okay, now we have to just change the image. So in the inner one we have the circle image. So let's see we have the circle image or not, and we have this circular image here. Okay, and for the last one also we have this bottle. So let's go to this, and we have to find this bottle image. Okay, let's publish this once, and after publishing we have to refresh it here. and after refreshing you can see that we have this working. Now you can see that we have this corners. In the corner we have to make this type of layout, mean the border radius. So we have to go to the first box and go to the borders, and here you can see that we have to remove the left one. So let's make this 0, and we have to also remove the bottom one. Let's make this 0. Okay, this is the not 20. So here you can see that we have this, and similarly we can go to the last one, and here also we have to go to the borders, and here we have to remove the right one, and we have to remove the bottom one. Let's publish. So when I refresh it here, you can see that we have these corners and we have this only in this. Okay, so that's all. Now we have to duplicate this. So you can see that we have these projects. So let me do like this. We have the projects and we have this text box, main box. So we can duplicate this main box again. Only we have to just have this in the last. Okay, so like this, and also we have to just go here and here, and here we can add the border radius 20 and 20, and in the last one we have to go, and here in the border radius we can remove the right one, and also we can remove the bottom one. We can remove the right one, and we can remove the bottom one. Okay, let's publish. Okay, so this section is a little bit tricky, but I hope you understand how you can make this type of layout also. So if I go, and here you can see that we have this section properly working. Okay, you have to just replace these images, else this section looking good. Okay, so let's move to the next section where we're gonna build our team section. Okay, so for making the team section, what we can do, we have to just again go to this here, and here we have to make this team. And here we can write 1300. We can remove all of these paddings, 80 to the top, 80 to the bottom. We have to add. Now we can again copy this from here. Okay, and again we have to copy this. Okay, and okay, and here we can have this. Okay, now you can see that we have to make this. So let's use the grid, and here you can see that we have the 4 by 1. So let's make this 4. Let's make this 1. Let's remove all of these paddings. Okay, now you can see that we have this. So let's publish this once, and okay, so let's make this team sections. So here we have built till now. So here you can see that this is the grid. So right now it is empty. So let's drag and drop container inside this, and we can make this remove all the paddings first. Let's add the image, and I will give you all these images in the video description, so you can have these images from the video and you can follow along with me. Okay, so I think I don't have these images also, so let me import this image again, all of this team's image, and I will get back to the video again. So let me go to the upload files, and I'm gonna import all of these images. So I will give you all these images in the video description. So I have made all of these images in a Figma file. So, and after that, after the export, I am using these images. So I am gonna give these images for free. All the links are in the video description. So let me go here, and we're gonna make this 90%. Okay, and we can also have this 80%. Now you can see that we have this here. So let's go to this, and here we have to add a heading here. Okay, so here we have the James Baker. So let me go here, and here we have this. Okay, and here you can see that we have this mandrop, and let's make everything in the center. And here we can increase and decrease the font size. We can make this black, and we can also have this James Baker. Okay, now we can duplicate this, and we can make this marketing, and here we can have this and make this 500. Okay, and here we can have this, make this like this. Okay, and here we can make this 10 pixel like this. Okay, and if I go to this image, we can add some 20. We can add the 10 also here. Okay, so this is done. Now we have to just to go here, and we can duplicate this. Okay, we can duplicate this like this, and after that we can go to this grid, and we can add the 30 to the top like this. Okay, and now we can just now we can replace all of these images from here. Okay, so I will give you all these images in the video description, so you can follow along with me. Okay, like this. Now we can go and we can publish this. Okay, then after that we can go to this, and here you can see that after refreshing we can see that we have the team members also. Now you can see that here in this teams we have this hover effect, but here we don't have the hover effect. So let's go to each image, and here you can go to the hover and just add the shrink animation or grow animation according to you. Okay, so in this way you have to go to all the images and do it like that. Okay, so after refreshing you can see that we have these animations here in the first one, and same you have to do with the rest. Okay, so this is also done. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this idea section, and then we're gonna build the footer and this contact section. Let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this creative idea section. So for making this section we have to again add a flexbox like this. Okay, so here you can see that we have this little bit smaller, and this is a little bit bigger one. So here we can name this section idea section. Okay, and we can have this 1300 max width, and here we have the 80 pixel to the top and 80 pixel to the bottom. Okay, and after that we can again go to this styles, and here in the background color we can have this black color. Okay, we can remove all of these paddings from here. Let's remove this padding also, remove this padding also. Okay, now after that you can see that we have this, and we can make this complete white. Okay, like this. Okay, let's copy this title here, and we can go to the content and we can paste it here. Okay, then after that you can see that we have this container. So for that we can add a container here. Okay, let's remove this. Then we can have this icon box. Then have this icon box here like this. Okay, then we can have this professional agency. Also you can see that we have this stick here, so we can have this okay, so here we have to find that. So let me find that what this is check. Okay, okay, so we have this check one. Okay, and okay, so first I think we have to find that on the tick one. So let me go here, and we have to find that so we have this check. Okay, and here we can make this tag like this. So this is done, and here in the icon we can make this blue. Here we can make this white, and this is the size of this. Also we can have this, and here you can see that we have the professional agency. So we can go to the content, and here we can have this white color, and this would be Mandro fonts, and here we can have this 20 pixel. Okay, we can make this 700 also. And for the content part, we can make this white, or we can add this color little bit like this also, and this would be okay. So this is also looking good. And if I want, we can increase the font size of this little bit more. And here we have the icon spacing, so let's increase the little bit spacing. 20 pixel is looking good. Okay, so this is done. Now we have to add this divider. So for that, we can again drag and drop this divider here, and here we can make this white, and we can remove these gaps from here. If I see, you can see that we have this. Now we can duplicate this, and we can paste this after the divider. Okay, we can paste the divider above to this, below, okay, like this. Okay, then we can have this container, and here you can see that we can make this flex, and we can have this 30, or we can have this 40 like this. And also we have this container, and here we can have this, and here we have this 30 and 40. Okay, and here we can see that we can have this 22, and we can also have this 22. Publish. Okay, now you can see that we have to make this. So first you can see that below in the image we don't have any padding, but here we are giving some paddings. So let's remove the bottom padding from here and make it 0. Okay, then after that you can see that we have this. So for that we can add a title here, and we can make this left align, and let's copy this and copy this from here. Okay, copy this from here. Then after that we can go to this, and you can also change the font or you want. Okay, so here you can just make this 20, make this 700, and we can make this pure white. Okay, now we have to add this. Let's make this transform capitalize. Okay, we can make this like this, and here we can have this since 1980. Okay, and here we have to search for that font. So I think we have to search for this font type. So let me go here and let me inspect this and see which is the font. Okay, so here we have to do it like that, and let's go here, and this is the font Bongi outline. Okay, so you can use any similar font also. There are so many fonts. Okay, and here we have this Bongi outline. Okay, then we can make this white, and we can increase the font size of this. Let's make this 70. Okay, and below that we have to just place an image, and this image would be this team working here. So let me go and find this image. We have this image. Okay, so we have this image, and now what we can do, you can see that we have this main container here, and here we can have this, and also we can have this 50 pixel. Okay, here we have the 60 pixel, 70 pixel, and for the second box we can have this one, and we can have this 40 or 30, 40. Okay, let's keep it 30, and that's all. Okay, and also you can see that we have this. Let's publish this, and after that we can have this, and we can refresh it here, and after refreshing you can see that we have this perfectly working here, and also we have made this. So now let's move to the next section where we're going to build our contact text section. Now let's start, and we're going to build this contact text. So here you can see that for making this we have to make again two section layout. So let's go to the flex box, and here we can add the two section, and here you can just go and let's see, and here we can add contact, and here we have 1300, and here we have to add 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom, and here we can remove all of these paddings from here also. Okay, then after that you can see that we have this background image. So for that we can go to the contact, go to the styles, and here we have to find, I think this is the image. Okay, and we can make this disposition center, display size would be cover. Okay, then you can see that we have this contact information here. So let me copy this, and here we can have this contact information, and we can make this black here. Okay, and this is the contact information, and inside below this we can add a text here. Okay, simple. Now we can go and we can add a grid here. Let's drag and drop this grid. This would be 2 by 2, so we have the 2 by 2 grid here. Okay, now let's me go here, and we can remove all of these paddings. Okay, now let's go inside this. We can remove all of these paddings here again. Okay, now we can go to this and we can have this phone. Okay, and here we can make this black. We can just adjust the font size of this for now. You can play with the fonts family if you want. I'm not doing that. Okay, so here we have to add this. Okay, here we have this. Okay, now you can see that we have to make this little bit bigger like this, and this is the container. We have to make this, and this is the 15. Okay, and now what we can do, we have to just duplicate this again once more and again. Okay, now we have to go to the grid, and here we have to add the 50, 80. Okay, now we have to just replace this content. So suppose if I want to add this location here, and here we can add this city, and here we can also make this em value 1.2. Okay, and this would be 400. Now here you can see that we have this official email, so we can copy that and we can go here and paste it here, and here also we can add any random emails. So let me add the random email. Okay, and this is follow us, so here we're gonna add follow us. Okay, so you can see that how useful the grids are and all the flex box. So if you know the CSS, you can use this all. Okay, now let's remove this here, and now we're gonna search for social icons, and we can drag and drop this below. Okay, then here we can have this circle, we have square. Okay, like this. Now you can see that we have to first choose the custom color, and here we have to make this like transparent something, and this would be okay. So here we are using the black color for, but I want that we're gonna use this blue color this time. Okay, so I think blue will looks good, more good on this. Let's add the solid of this one colors and blue color. Okay, like this, and on the hover we're gonna have this blue, we're gonna have this like this, and we're gonna have this blue here also. And our animation would be shrink, and here we can have some spacing to this. Let's keep the 10. Okay, that's all. Let's publish it once so that we don't lose any changes at least. And now you can see that we have so much gaps in this two rows, not in the columns. So we can go here, and here we can have 50. So we have very less column, we have very less row gap like this. Let's publish. Now you can see that we have this second container, so we can make this white in color. Okay, and here in the border we can make this box shadow, so this would be 5, 7, and this would be 20. Okay, and here in the padding we're gonna make this 60. Okay, and now we can go to this, and here we can have this. Okay, now we can write this this, and we can also make this like this, and here we have to write here contact. Okay, let me make this to 35. Okay, 35 is also a little bit bigger, I think. Let's keep this 30. Okay, now we have to add this form, so let's add this form here. Okay, now you can see that we have this name, email, phone like this. So we have this name in the full direction. Okay, and after that we have our email. Let's duplicate, and we here in the email we're gonna make this 50%, and this for the mobile we can choose here number, phone, and this would be 50%. Okay, and here we can have this to 6. Don't want to show the labels. Okay, now we have to go here and have the medium size, and here for the button also we're gonna place this medium. Okay, now here we have this field, and the background color would be 0. Okay, and borders, we don't want the borders also, only we want the border below, so let's keep this 1, and border radius would be 0. Okay, let's make this so much blurry. Okay, like this you can see that. And also if we have this field color, let's make this little bit blackish more like this. And now we're gonna go to the forms, and here in the row we're gonna keep the gap of 40. Okay, this is a little bit bigger. Let's keep the gap of 30, and this would be 20. Also we can go to this button, and here we can write get in touch. Okay, and here we can have this telegram. Okay, and here we can have this 30, 40. Okay, now we can go to the styles, and here in the background Here in the background we can make this blue and we can make this white like this. Also when we hover, what I want, we want to make this white, and we want to make this blue, and this hover animation would be grow, okay, like this. And also if we keep a border here, suppose here we can have the borders, so or what we can do, we can have this color totally black and we can make this white like this also. Okay, so this is also done, and also we have to put some gap between this. So let's go to the main container layout, and here we can have this space between. Okay, and here we can put the gap of 60. So let's wait for it to load. Sometimes it loads little bit slower when we have so much sections here. So this is loaded, and let's keep this loading. Let's save this first so we don't lose any changes if something went wrong. So here you can see that we have to put some more space between these. Right now we don't have, so we can just put this form and put some next margins to the top like this. Let's publish. Okay, so this section is also ready, I think. Let's me refresh this in the front end. Let's see. And you can see that we have successfully built this contact section also, and now we're gonna build the header and footer, and we're gonna build other pages. Let me put a little bit border radius to this container. Border radius of 20 is looking good. Now let's publish finally. Okay, so this section is also ready, and also I think instead of this black we are using the blue color, which is looking good now. Okay, so if you want, if you can play with the sizes and all. Okay, so just keep this size a little bit smaller from here. I think the size is a little bit bigger, so we can play with that from here. 20, and let's publish. Okay, so now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the final sections of our website, the header and footer. Now let's move to the section where we're gonna build the footer. So let's go to the templates. From here we have to go to the templates, and from here we have to open the theme builder. So now we're gonna make the footer. So for making the footer, you can see that we have this type of layout. Okay, so we have this layout. So let's go to the footer, and we're gonna add a new footer here. Okay, so let's made everything from scratch. We always made everything from scratch. So here you can see that we have a parent container. So first we have to make the parent container here. Okay, so let's name the footer. Okay, then after that here we have to write 1300. So let's see what is it. Okay, so let's keep it 1400. Okay, and here in the advanced tab we have to enter 18 to the top, 18 to the bottom. Okay, in this way. And now you can see that we have these colors. So for the colors we want to have, so let's put this blackish color here, and also you can see that we have this image. So for the image, what we can do, we can just go to this, and we can have this image here. Okay, so let's find that image. I think let's try this. Okay, so this will not be visible because we have this. So let's try the background. Okay, so here we're gonna make this center and center. Display size would be cover, and the background will be black. Okay, and here we're gonna play with the opacity. Okay, and here we also have this background color. Okay, so now we have to add this. Okay, so let's first make this, and then we're gonna focus on this background. Okay, so here we have to make the main container here. So this is the top, so or we can name it main, and one more footer box and one more container we will make for this copyright. Okay, so here this is the main box, so let's make like this. Now we have to enter 1 2 3 4. Okay, so So let's add the containers here. Okay, so this will have 4 boxes, so let's duplicate this. Okay, and here we have the main, so we have this like this. 1 2 3 4 5. Oh, so it's 5, so let's remove one more. Okay, so now you can see that we have this. Now we have this first box. Okay, so let's change its color first. So we have this blue color. Okay, or we can use the different shade of this, so let's keep the bluish one here and let's take a little bit darker. Okay, now you can see that we have this icon. So let's add these icons here. So we have this icon here. Okay, so you can see that we have this, so here we have to make this stretch. Okay, and for this container we can make this 80. So from the top we have this. So now here is the catch, we have to remove this padding now. Okay, so we have to remove all of this padding. Now we can have this and we can make it here. Okay, and for this we're gonna make this 40, and for the top and bottom we're gonna have this 80, and in the bottom let's keep 80 for now. Okay, so it will be changed according to the design as we proceed, and this is little bit bigger, so let's keep it 60. And here we have to go to this, and here we can make this, and this thing also we can make this white. Okay, now at last we have to add a social icon. Okay, and we're gonna keep this, and here you can see that we have this rounded. You can give this in the circle, and here you have the custom colors, and for the primary color we're gonna use this, and this would be little bit darker shade, or we can keep this little bit lighter like this. Okay, and we're gonna make this white, and let's increase the font size of this. We want a little bit more spacing here. Okay, and so this is little bit different, I know, but there is only color difference. Okay, so you can have that colors according to you. Okay, so this is looking good now, and here we're gonna go to this. Let's make this little bit like this. Okay, this is done. One more thing we have to do, we have to make everything stack to the top, so like this. Okay, so let's proceed further, and now we have to add a heading, and this will say the company. Here also we have to enter 80 to the top, 40 to the right, 80 and 40. Okay, and here we're gonna make this man rope, and this would be 20. This would be like this, and this would be 22. We're gonna make this white. Okay, now we have to go, and here we can make this list. Okay, like this, and we're gonna delete this, and here we're gonna write company profile. Company profile, about us, about help center career, so this would be about. Help center, and here we have career, plans and pricing, then we have contact, Okay, and here we have plans and pricing, and here we have contact. Okay, and now we have to go to this, and we're gonna make this white color. Okay, so this will not, let's keep little bit whiter like this. And now we have to increase the space between here like this, and also we can have this to 30 pixel like this. Okay, and now you can see that if I go here and make this like this, so you can see that we have this little bit like this. Okay, and okay, now you can see that this is also done, and also we don't want this much, so let's keep this 20 only. Okay, now we can remove this and remove this also. Now we can duplicate this and now duplicate this, so we have this now. So this would be same. Okay, this would be same. You have to just change the content here. Okay, like this. Okay, this is easy to do. And if you want, let's make this also, let's keep this here. For this we have to add a container here. Okay, now you have to enter this. So suppose, let me copy this here. Okay, and I'm gonna write address. Okay, and here you can see that we have 20 margins, so let's go to this container and we can also add 20 margin here. Okay, and for this we can see that we have this all caps, and this is a little bit smaller, 16 pixel is good. Okay, now similarly we can copy this text here and we can paste it below. Okay, and we can enter this address here. Okay, now let's use this color. Okay, and we can have this 10, 15, and now we can duplicate this. Okay, and now we can duplicate this again. Okay, and let's do one more thing. Let's have some negative value to this also. Okay, and this is -15. Then similarly we have to add this negative value. Okay, let's remove all of this. Let's keep this 20, and here we have to -15. Okay, like this. And now we have to change this. Suppose here we can add phone number. Okay, and let's copy this from here. Okay, and similarly we can copy this email from here, any random email. So we can go here, here, and here, and here you can write email. Okay, it's like this. And last one is, let's publish this first so we don't lose any changes at least. And here we can say newsletter. Okay, so here we can write newsletter. Okay, and let me go here and we're gonna remove this. Let's have this, and here we can have this offers. Okay, now let's publish this again. Now we have to make this. So this is also very easy. Just you have to add a new box here. Okay, and let's put some padding at least. And now we're gonna add form like this. And for this we're gonna keep this. Okay, and here you can see that we have this. So let's go here, and here we have this 60%. Let's remove this, and here in the icon library we have to add the Telegram. Okay, and here in the button we can add blue. Okay, so let me increase this, and also you can see that here in this we have 60%. So for the button we can use at least 40%, or we can use 20% also, and the rest we gonna use it here 80% like this. Okay, and if I go here, we're gonna remove the column gap. I think there is no column gaps. Can make this 0. Also, if I go to the button here, we can have 10, and border radius will be 100. Okay, and here we have the container for the form. Let's go there, and we're gonna make this whitish color also, and here we're gonna make this 20, and let's go to this and here in the fields option we're gonna make this 0. Okay, and here in the fields we can have this placeholder your email. Now here is the catch. We have to go to the container, go to styles, go to border, and here we can have this 20. Let's keep it 100. Now we have to go here one by one, and here we have to remove this according to 10. This would be 10. Okay, so this is looking good now, you think? Okay, so let's publish, and also we can go to this, and here we can add margins 20, and here we can go to this. So here we have 20, and here also we have 20. Let's publish. Now let's refresh it here, and after refreshing, if I go below, you can see that we have this, but here you can see that we have the full width. Okay, so what we can do, we can just go to this, and here we can make this full width also. Now you can see that we have this perfectly working. Okay, so our footer is almost ready. Only we have to add this copyright. So if I go and refresh it here, you see that we have perfectly working footer. Okay, only we have to add some paddings, like in the left direction we can add 60. Okay, and also in this, in the right direction we can add 60. Let's publish. And now if I go here, you can see that we have little bit spaces here also. Okay, now we have to go to and make this copyright. So for making this copyright very easy, we have to just add one layout. Okay, you can also name this copyright, and here we can go to this, and here we can have this black color, and here we have the list. Okay, and here we can add the copyright text, copyright, and here I can say, let me copy this from here, and we can copy this and we can paste it here. So we can make this everything in the center from here, and here we can make this white, and we can have this text. Okay, so here we can make this little bit bigger, and we can make this white. Also we can have a little bit copyright here, like 20. Also we can make this 15. Okay, and Here you can see that we have a thick line. So for the line we can go to this border. Here we can have this solid, and here we have this one, and we can have this very thick line like this. So we have successfully built the whole footer. Let's go here and refresh, and after refreshing, if we go below, you can see that we have this copyright. Also you can see that we have this hover here. So I know that you can do that. Just you have to go here, go to the text, go to the hover, and just change this color. Okay, now let me show you how you can add this scroll to top button. So that is also very easy, but we're gonna use a plugin for that. Okay, so now you can see that we have this image in the background, but right now we don't have any image. So this is a little bit strange. I think I should have this here, but I think I have to remove this from here, and instead of this I have to add this black color and go to background overlay, and here I have to add that image. I think I'm also a little bit confused for this. Okay, and now we can have this center in center. Okay, now you can see. So okay, so always add this here in the background overlay, and you can play with that. Okay, so publish. So always add a color in the background, and all the images, if you want in the background, add in the background overlay. If I refresh, so you can see that how cool is looking this footer. Okay, so we have successfully built the footer also, and if I go here, and you can see our footer is also working here. Okay, only we have to add the scroll to top button, else our all the sections are fully working. Only we have to make the header now. So let's go, and we're gonna build the header now. Let's move to the final part of the video where we gonna build the header, and I'm gonna show you how you can make multiple pages. So for that, let's first make the pages about services and contact. Let's make the menu. Okay, so let's go to menus. Here we're gonna add the final menu, choose the header, and create menu. Okay, so first we're gonna add this. Okay, so now let's please save this menu. Also we have these blocks which is not which I don't have. So let's do one thing. Let's add that first. Okay, let's add this. Now let's save the menu. Now let's go to the pages option, and here we have to add the pages. So the first page is the about. This is the default template. We're gonna choose Elementor full width and then publish. Add new page. Here we're gonna add the services, default template, Elementor full width, publish. Then we're gonna add the contact here, contact, and this is the default template. We have to choose Elementor full width. Let's publish this also. Okay, now let's get back. Now let's go to the menus, and here we have to choose all of this. You can also choose this select all. Okay, now let's drag and drop this to the top, and this would be at the contact is always in the last, services. Okay, so now let's save this menu. Now we're gonna go to the templates. Here we have to open the theme builder. Now let's go to the header, and here we have to add a new header. Now you can see that this is not that hard header, so it is already a simple header. So we have to go here, and here we have to add this header, and this would be 1300 of the padding. Okay, now we have to add this image, and now we have to add okay, this is the okay, let's put some padding, padding to the top 20, padding to the bottom, okay, 0. We have to put 20 to the top and 20 to the bottom, and for this we're gonna use this custom value. Let's increase this from here. Okay, now we have to drag and drop this menu here. Okay, let's go to this header, and here we're gonna make the header in the center. Okay, and here you can see that we have to add a button. So I'm not gonna add the button from the start. So this is the power of the Elementor, that you can copy this from this section and you can just go here and paste it here. So you can see that we have this button. Now let's remove the margin from the top, and also we have to play with the paddings here, 15, and this is the 15 also. And here it's saying contact us, so we can also, okay, we can also do that. Yeah, contact us. Let's increase little bit to 16. Also, and here we have to add hover animation. This would be shrink. Okay, now we have this simple one here also. So here you can see that we have this underline, we have to choose the none. Okay, we have to choose the text, and this would be only none. Choose this full width, and this would be center. Okay, now let's go here. Okay, so now let's choose this black, and here also we have to make this 500. Also, when we hover, we have to have the blue color, and also this color is also this. Okay, now you can see that we have this header. Now let's make this header transparent like this, and also let's increase its size a little bit. You can go to this, and here in the link always make this site URL. So whenever you click or whenever you change your link or URL, it will automatically add it here. So like this. So let's publish this here also. Okay, so now let's refresh this here, and after refreshing you can see that we have this header here. Now one more thing, you can see that here we have the transparent header. We have to, what we have to do, you can see that here we have here that header is not transparent. So for that, what we have to do, we have to just go here, and here we have to add the negative value. So let's okay, so let's don't do here. What we can do, let's refresh this home page. So it will load the header and footer in one single page. Then we can go to the header, and from there I will let me show you that. So let's wait for it to load once. Let me check my internet connection. Okay, sometime Elementor takes very time to load. That is the main issue with Elementor, I think. Else Elementor is really great. They provide the free version also. Okay, so now you can see that we have this header. Now we can add the EM value, so that we have this, and for this header we can add the Z index value 100. Okay, that's it. Let's publish. Now we have to edit the page, and we can go to the top hero. Okay, so let's wait for it to load. So now you can see that this is loaded. We can go to the advanced, and here if I see, so we have these containers. Okay, so we have this also. Here we have this. So let's add some padding to the top, 50 or 100. Okay, 100 is good now. Else everything is same. Now let's wait for it to save here. Let me refresh this here also. So now you can see that. Let's refresh it here, and after refreshing you can see that I think, okay, so let me go here again. So here if I do it like that, okay, so what we have to do, we have to put some padding also. So let's put the padding of 160, and here we're gonna put the padding of 80. So let me check. Okay, so this is looking good. Now we can go to this, and we're gonna publish this now. So always preview before publishing. That's the main point. So you can see that now we are getting it's perfect. Okay, so we have successfully built the whole website. Only we have to add the animations, and we're gonna move to the mobile part then. Okay, so let me show you how you can add the other pages. So let me close this. Okay, so we don't have to close that, so let me open that again. Now let's go to the about. Okay, so you can see that about page is blank. Okay, now we can go from here pages. You can open that. Okay, we can open that here, and let's keep it at last. Let's keep this also at last. So let's wait for it to open, and here we have this about. Let's open that with edit with Elementor. Here we have this. So if I go to the old website, if I go to the about page, we already have this sections here which is pre-built. Okay, so in all the website we largely use this type of sections only. We don't make from start because website have to look similar, or you can make this other layouts also, but I prefer to use this type. So here you can write here we can use 180. Okay, else, and else we have this our service section. So you can see that how fast we can copy other sections from one place to other place in Elementor. Okay, so we can place this here also. Okay, so our about page is done. Now let's go here and let's refresh it here, and if I go to the about, we have this about page loaded here. Okay, so now let's go to the services. Let's close this about page, and now we have to go to the services page. So we have this services page also. Now let's go to these services here, and here we can have this. Here we have the services. So let's go to this top of the here, and here we can have this, and here we can have 180. Okay, and here you can see that we have the our services, and we can go to this services, and here we can have these team members, and also we have this here. Okay, let's publish. Now let's go to the services, and you can see that we have built our services page. Okay, so this is the power of the Elementor, that you can build websites so fast. Now let's go to the contact page of this main website. So here we can go to the contact, and here you can see that we have this contact page. Also we have this map. So I will show you how you can add this map also. So let me open this contact from here. Keep this here, and edit with Elementor. Now we're gonna copy this contact here. So let's copy from here. Let's paste it here, and here we have 180. Okay, and also we can have this map, and here you can also rename this. Okay, and we can click on this map, and we have this map little bit 400 like this. Okay, and let's publish. Now if I go to the home again, and if I go to the contact again, you can see that we have our contact page also. Okay, so this is the power of the Elementor, that you can build the whole website so fast. And you can see that our website is already ready with all the pages. We have the home. Okay, and this is the fully working website, and you have to just make it responsive and add some animations. And this is about. Okay, and this is the services we have here. Okay, and here we have the contact. Okay, so in this way you can make such type of awesome website by using the Elementor. I hope you understand this, and all the images in the video descriptions are free. You can go there and have this. Also, let me show you then how you can make it responsive, and how you can add the animations in your website. So I'm gonna not fully cover the whole. I'm just gonna show you one section with adding animation. So all the sections are same, and also the mobile part is too lengthy, so I will only focus on some sections, and the other part is also easy. So let's start. So what we have to do, so first we have to add this scroll to top button. So for adding this scroll to top button, we're gonna use the plugin. So let's use a plugin which will work with all the pages. You can also make a custom, but I prefer to use a plugin. If we have the plugin, why we don't use that? Okay, WP front. Okay, so this is the plugin. Now we have to install this plugin. And after that, let's wait for it to install, and we have to activate this here. Here you can see that we have this blue color. We have to make this enable, and here we can make this auto hide. All of these things are here. Hide on WP admin. So you can see that here we have so many buttons. So I prefer to use this same button, or you can use any other button also. Let's save the changes. Here we can also import different buttons. Okay, so here are all the options. You can just go and check it out. And now if I refresh it, you can see that we have this button, scroll to top button, and you can, when you press, we can go to the, let's go to the other pages also, and here you can also find that we have this button. Okay, so we have completed our whole website, and now let's move to the final part of the video where we're gonna make it responsive, and we're gonna add some animation. So now let's make it responsive. So we're gonna start with home page. So I'm not gonna show you all sections because responsiveness is very easy. You will understand after adding one section only. Like here you can see that we have the hero section, right? And here we have to make this first like this. Then we can have this 80, or we can have this 100, and we can have this 180, 140. Here we have the 80, and if I go here, you can see that we have to add this 20 here, and from here we can have this 50, and all these things are working. Okay, now you can go here, and here you can add 20 and 20, and we don't want to add the 20 of this, so let's make it like this. This is done. Now we have to go to this. Here again we have to put the 80, 20, 80 and 20, and this would be full width. Okay, and you can see that all this. So let's go here. Here we can also have this 30. Okay, else is responsiveness. Here you can just go and add 40, 20, 80 and 20. Let's make this full width. Okay, so this is the part of the design, or we can also change it from here, make it 0. Okay, and you can just go here and make it like this. Now we can go to the services, and here we can write 80, 20 and 20, and here in the services we can have this 40. Also we don't want to show it in the mobile, so let's see if we have this option or not. Okay, so sticky, so here we have the mobile portrait and desktop. We don't want that here, and this is good. You can just go here, and let's do 30. Similarly for this also, you can make this 30, and for this also we can make this 30. Okay, and now we can go to this, and here we can have this 80, 20, 20, 20. Okay, like this. And here we have 80, 20, 80 and 20. $80, $20, $20. Okay, and you can also see we don't want this, so okay, so now we have this contact. For this also we can have 20, 80 and 20. Okay, and for this contact we can also make this 20, or let's keep this 30. Okay, so this is done, and also we have to make this footer now responsive. So you can see that how quickly we made our homepage fully responsive. Okay, so in this way you can make the other pages also. Okay, so because the other pages you are using the same section, you can also again copy and paste those sections from here, so they will become automatically responsive. Okay, you can also do that. 40, and here on the left and right we're gonna keep this to 20, and similarly in this we can do it like that. Here we have to add 40, and this 20, and this would be 40 and 20. Similarly we can copy this and we can go here and paste it, and we can paste it. Okay, and here also we can have this 80, and here also we can have this 20 like this. Okay, and also you can see that we have this little bit margin here. This is the 8, 20, 10. Okay, and if I go and here make this 70, so this is good. So this is also done. Now you can see that we have so much spacing at between. So to reduce the spacing, what we can do, let's keep this 20, and let's make this 20, or we can make this 0. You can also make this 0. Okay, so in this way you can just make these zeros and all. Okay, and you can see that our footer is almost responsive and it is looking good. Now you can make this 55. So our footer homepage is responsive. Now let's make the header responsive. So that is also very easy, and you have to go to the header here. Okay, so let's wait for it to load once. Okay, and let's go to this. So for now let's remove this -6 value because we have to make this header. So let me go here, and here we're gonna make this 10, and for this we're gonna have this values here. So let's keep this 120. Okay, so here we can have this 20, and here we have the padding of 10. Well, and here we have the 15. Here in the toggle button we can make this blue, we can make this white, and this would be black, and this would be white. Okay, like this. And so this is also responsive, and when I click we have this. So for this we can go here, and here we can make this black. Also here we can make this blue and white. Here we can make this blue and white like this. So you can see that everything is responsive, header, footer, and our home page. And similarly you can make the other pages responsive, or you can just copy these sections. Okay, so I prefer, so for practice you have to make other pages responsive by yourself. Now let me show you how you can make how you can add animations in your website. So let's go to this header, and we're gonna add the -6 value also in this. Okay, let's publish. So now let me show you how you can do the responsiveness part. So let's edit that page, and I'm going to show you the animations only in first sections, and all the animations are similar for every sections. Okay, and all the images are in the video description, so you can follow along with me and have these images. Okay, so now we can have this here, and here you can see that we can, so whenever you want to put animation, just put a thing, just choose a thing which for which you want to put the have the animations. Okay, so now if I go to our main website, if I go to the home page, and here you can see that this is coming in a sequence. First this will come, then this. So for adding this, first we have to choose this text because we want to add the animation first in that. So here you will find, you go to the advanced by choosing that, and here you will find so many animations. So let's choose the zoom in animations. Okay, so here we're gonna choose the zoom in animation, and this will come after 200 milliseconds. Okay, this will come after 200 milliseconds. Then we're gonna add the animation in this. So let's go to motion effect, and here we're gonna add the sliding up animation, and this will come after 400 milliseconds. And then we have this motion effect, and this will have rotate, or let's put the sliding animation in this also. 2 4 6. We have this image, and in the image we have to also add the animations. So let's add the zoom in animation in this. 2 4 6, and this would be 800. Then we can have this motion effect, and here we can again have this animations. So this will be 1000. Okay, so in this way you can put all the animations in all the sections. Okay, all the steps are similar, just you have to add some delay time to each animations to have the sequence animations. You can see that this will come first, then this will come. Okay, so in this way you have to put all the animations. Okay, so we have successfully built our whole website. If I go to the inspect and show the mobile responsiveness with this, you can see that we have this, and also we can go here. You can see that all these sections are fully responsive. Okay, and you can see that footer is also responsive, and when I click it will go to the top. And also you can see that here our services is not sticky, but in our main demo it is sticky. So we have solved that in this video. Okay, so I hope you like this type of awesome videos. We regularly make this type of awesome videos in our channel. If you're new to our channel, like and so if you're new to our channel, subscribe to the channel and like and share our videos with your friends. All the images are in the video description for free. You can also buy this kit from the video description at very affordable rates, and you can also have the Elementor Pro from the video description, the lifetime validity, and the auto update Elementor. So all the links are in the video description. Go and check it out. So now I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.